Okay. Everything appears to be working just fine. There we go. I still haven't really gotten this to work properly before, but no worries about that. I'm gonna worry about that another day. So, today we're gonna try once again to go through the PNGTuber Plus program. Let me just get myself lower here so I don't really do. There we go. It should be a nice place. Come on. Okay, there we go. That looks nice. Right now. There we go. That should do the trick. There we go. Okay. Yeah, today I'm gonna watch this other tutorial. What the heck? What damn it. Let me get it back. Yep, that worked. So yeah, today we're gonna try another tutorial just to have another idea, because right now I did a thing. For example, right now, as you can see, the model right now, it's technically working. It looks kind of good actually. Um, Actually, I haven't tried to make it bounce or anything like that while I'm talking. Let's see here. For example, animation, model, mode close, mode open. If I put wobble, how much will it wobble? Okay. Yeah, that's not exactly what I was looking for, but it's something, I suppose. I can make it more wobble, but that's not what I wanted. Let's go for bouncy. Oh yeah, that's another thing that I did right now. For example, I was trying to test out. Could you not? Let's make it like this. I think it was like this. There we go. Okay, just a little bit of bounce, but it's too frequent. Blink spin up. Nope. This is just for the wobble that I don't really care right now. One bounce? Yeah, I think with one bounce I can do something with that. Because for example, right now, another thing that I was testing out watching the video, it's this part over here about the appendage. Because for example, right now, when I try to move around, I still need to fix this part over here that it still shows like a different color. But I'm gonna change that later. That's not really that important right now. At least I know that I can make it work. And it looks like it's following this thing that is tracking it. And for example, right now with this bounce, no, this is not what I want. So for example, no, that's too much. Let's see here. I will have to make this a little bit different because I do like the bounce, but for example, the model that I currently have, for example, here, just to have like an idea, side by side. So for example, right now that I am talking, there's like a bounce, but there's, let's see. Let me check. I think it's kind of close. Let's see right now. Yeah, the bounce that I have in PNGTuber Plus is the one that I'm currently using, the one with the outline. Right now, as you can see, this one has a bounce, and like the hair thingy, it moves, like it wobbles, like it contracts and then releases really fast. That's what I'm trying to mimic here in the red mix, because I do like this part that is following the mouse. That part actually is kind of neat. It will allow me to make the character a little bit more alive, more like better. Also, when it comes to having assets, this is way better like this because I can, let's see, it was, yep, there we go. So I can put different assets, no problem at all. So that's something that I'm really looking forward for this one. Yeah, whatever. Okay, there we go. So yeah, that's what I'm trying to change right now. I still haven't gotten around about the mouse. It's still kind of wonky. Mm, I'm still gonna have to change that later on, but that's not really the important part right now. But it still bothers me, honestly. Anyway, another thing is this part of the bounce of the appendage. I do like it. I think that it wiggles a little bit too much. It's not exactly what I'm looking for, but it's still good. No, not bad actually. Let's see, for example, follow appendage. No, let's see. No, because the thing is this: if it's gonna bounce, let's say, for example, here the tentacle, I will have to change it over here. I do like it. I do like that it's actually moving, but I don't like the part that it's wiggling too much, or at least let's see, out of whack. Ah, it will be more like a tail. No, not really. I don't want that. So let's see here if I can change a little bit more. Okay. Let's see. Hmm. I want, let's see, for example, if I change this to 50. Let's see here. Yeah, it does. Follow appendage. I'm not sure if that was what I was looking for. Movement. Follow movement, just projection, does not. Properties, does not. Because this one, I had to put it here in add appendage. This is what I add. I had another one, but it just looked really bad, or at least kind of funny. Let's see, for example, here animation, reset animation, model, bounce. I do like the bounce because that I do like it. I could try to change it a little bit, but honestly, it's not really that bad if I'm being honest. The thing right now that I want to change is the wheel thing, but I have no idea how to change that. Or at the very least, I don't see any real like change if I do anything like here. I do see that it's moving and everything, but I don't know. Cap length, not really close. Oh, okay, no. Anchor to the body. Okay, that's to the eye. To the pen. Oh, okay, that's. Huh, that actually looks kind of nice. But that's not what I'm looking for. Let's see. Ah, okay, okay. It's anchoring to that part. So none. Appendage. I'm not sure what am I thinking here. Let's see. I don't think that I wanted to wiggle too much. So for example, here I will have to change the properties to 0 to put like a in the back. Oh yeah, I will have to change that. I'm not sure why it doesn't appear like that. I think it has to do with how it was created. So, but that's not really the point right now. Okay, let's see here. Yeah, just looks kind of weird that part. For example, here, nope. If I go to the preview, let me check if I can see the. Let me just give me one moment. Nope, that's not what I wanted to do. Uh, there we go. Okay, you don't see it here, so that's actually you can see it, but it's really small, like a small detail there. Not sure why does it even appear there. Let me double check on the model itself. Let's see here, because most likely it has it, but I didn't notice it before. Mm, hmm. Let me put that there. Put this here. Yeah, I think it's mostly for the movement itself that is making that. Okay, it's not the end of the world for that, but it's still kind of annoying. Anyway, but that's something that I'm gonna have to change later. That's not actually. I would like to do it right now, but I'm not sure if that's really gonna help me at all. Huh, so it's not part of this, is it? Wait. What part of this is that? Oh, it's from the body. What the heck? I didn't notice that. I thought it was this like tentacle thing. Huh. I genuinely didn't notice that. Let's see here. Not from that, not from this. From which one is it? Oh, I see. Huh, I didn't notice that if I'm being honest. Let me erase that. Okay, that should do the trick. Let me save that. Where is it? I know which one is it now. I'm gonna have to replace that sprite with the one that is just changed. Yeah, okay, there we go. Now I will have to move it over here. Yeah. Okay, there we go. Okay. So far, so good. Okay, there you go. Okay. But it still shows then why. Huh, the paint and also the white one. Huh, I genuinely didn't notice that before. I can see that now. Let's erase that. There we go. It should be clean now. And the other one was... let me get that right now there. That's the white body. There we go. And then after that, what was it? It was the red paint. This one over here. I don't see this one like that. What other one could it? No, that one. Huh. Mm, okay, I was choosing the wrong one. I'm gonna still do it for all of this just in case. Okay, that should do the trick, I suppose. Let's save this one. Okay. By all accounts, that should take care of the situation here. And also this one. Replace for this white one. And there we go. Okay. Can I move this too? Yep. Okay, let's take out the eyes, the assets, everything, just to make sure that it's just turned off. I'm gonna have, god damn it, this too. Okay, so now I need to do this one over here. This is going to be troublesome. Hmm. Yeah, I don't like that. This is going to be a bitch and a half. What's going on here? There we go. So for example, let's move this one here. Certainly stop the animation. There we go. Then we go for the paint one. Let's put it over here. Now this one go with this. It also goes with this. And this with the body. Okay. That should work, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, that kind of looks that it's working. Let's don't. Okay, there you go. Okay, that actually looks a lot better. But now that I did that, let me double check about the tentacle. Okay, not that, not that. So, okay, let's clear that out here. What else? What I'm doing right now, let's see. This might get a little bit wonky, but sure, why not? Where's this one? There we go. Let's see here. How does it look like? Okay, looks a little bit bigger than it's supposed to be. I need to change that out. Not sure why did that happen. Am I using the program bigger than what I think it is? Let's see. Yeah, I do think that I have a little bit bigger. Not sure why. Okay. It's getting there. Not too much. Okay, that looks possible. Not sure why did that change whatsoever. Wasn't supposed to be like that. For fuck's sakes. Okay, why does this happen all the time? It's the same bullshit every time. Okay, now let me change that again. I genuinely don't know why this shit is happening like this now. I haven't changed anything at all from before. But so for some reason everything goes to shit if I do some little change. It's way too scuffy if I'm being honest. Sure, let's put it like that. Let me, if I take it out, put it back in. Nope. No, I don't. For fuck's sakes. This is going to be another problem. God damn it. Okay, let's fix that right now, because if not, this is going to be something that is gonna bother me for a while, and I really don't want that. Little bit more. Yeah, no, this is not working as I wanted, because for example, this one is supposed to go here, or even maybe less, like somewhere around here, because this part, I'm not sure why it appears that it moved, because it was supposed to be here like this. Let's see, the rest of it should be here. I don't really mind by changing this here. I don't really mind that. That's fine, honestly. I don't mind that. But now let me save that. Let's see. Filters. Transform. Let's see. I'm not sure if this is gonna work now or not. Let's check it out now, shall we? Okay, so far so good. Okay, there we go. That's something, I suppose. I'm gonna do something a little bit more here. Let's see. Let's put it all the way over here. Eh, Okay, that's fine. That's more than enough. So let's see here. Now let's get transformed. Close. Nope, that wasn't the one that I was looking for. Okay, sure. No, I don't see it. That's a bad thing anyway. If it looks kind of wonky, actually, let me check that out. Let's see. Uh, Off. It's nope. Now let's make sure that I move it up. There we go. That's faster like that. And there we go. Okay, so this one should be like this. So for example, I take it off, put it back on. Okay, that looks like it's working. I don't want the wing back. There we go. Now, why am I? Huh. Okay, not sure why did I go up there. I don't remember doing anything about that. Okay, sure. Why not? That was weird. But anyway, so we have that there. So, so yeah, basically what I'm trying to do. Let's see. Let's put this. No, what the heck is going on here? Okay, basically what I'm doing right now is let's see, let me just double check what I'm doing, because I have no idea what I'm doing right now. If I put the eyes, there we go, they're following me. I have assets, I think. Ah, okay, this is the preview, damn it. Oh, right, they are invisible. Okay, there we go. So I can put the assets, no problem. For example, the appendage, it's over here, but that's not much of a problem right now. I just need to change the order. It's on the front now, and that's it. But I will have to change a little bit more when it comes to that, because for example, if I wanted to move like it's doing right now, I will have to do some changes that I'm not really sure if I want to do them like that. For example, in here, in what I have right now, is the different layers and everything. There we go. I have different layers and everything. But what I'm trying to do, for example, I have so many goddamn layers right now. Let's forget about this too. For example, I can go ahead and do, nope, this one over here, like a circle. And then I can use this appendage, like on top of it, that is wiggling. I don't really want that, if I'm being honest, because let's see how it will look like. Nope, that's not it. For example, like this, I don't really want it to look at it like that. Technically, I can do it. That's not much the problem. So for example, let's say if I want to use that, let's let's change that just to see how it will look like, just to have an idea. Let's see here. I take out this. And let's change this to the body, the circle thing. Okay, now if I go here, I change the body and I change it to the new one that is just a circle. I'm going to have to put it, stop moving around, goddammit. Let's change all of this just in case. There we go. Technically speaking, they should be here. Okay, there we go. Now, for example, just the body here. If I move the paint, okay, that looks normal, I suppose. So, for example, just to have an idea, this is how it will look like with this like appendage in the back. It doesn't look bad, but that's not what I'm looking for. And then if I just do the appendage, could you, could you not? Okay. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to make that a little bit bigger, because that's not really working for me. Or at the very least, is not what I want exactly. Let's see here. Where's the white one? I can see the problem there. Hmm. God damn it. I should make this one bigger. Yeah, that should do. So we have to move this here. We're gonna export it. Now, when we go back, we can just replace it, the new one. Okay, so far so good. Okay. For example, the appendage here, the tentacle, it's too wobbly. I don't like it like that, if I'm being honest. It's not bad per se, but I just don't like it like that. Let's see. Actually, that should be part of the view that I'm looking at. Let me double check here something just to make sure that you can. Okay, you can guys see it. Perfect. In this part over here, just to let you know, this one is in Spanish, but that's not gonna be that much of a problem. Just let me check about the appendage. Okay, there we go.
Nuevamente a mi canal. El día de hoy por fin les traigo el tutorial de PNGTuber Remix. Ya han pasado alrededor de 2 meses desde que hice mi
Mm,
video de primer gráfico.
There we
Entonces,
go. Just to let you know, this one, this girl is called La La Cap La Capi Art. La Capi Art. I was watching her before, at least this video, and this is like the second or time that I watch it. It's really good. It's in Spanish, so it's not for everyone, but it's really, really helpful for Spanish speaking person to give a good idea how this works and the work that you have to put in. I wouldn't say it's too much work, but it's still a lot of work just to do the PNG tube. So just to have an idea. But this is a great tutorial, so we're gonna continue right now with the appendage.
¿qué es lo que vamos a hacer? Nos vamos a ir a File y Add Appendage based on.
Just to make sure and to have an idea, this one is PNG2 Remix 3.1.31. I'm sorry, 1.3.5, and the one that I'm currently using is 1.4.5. So it's a different thing, but the options are almost the same, but they just try to streamline them a little bit better. So just to have an idea.
Image y aquí voy a seleccionar el cordón que está en horizontal y
Okay.
medio recto. Lo abrimos y automáticamente tenemos
Yeah,
esto.
that's the
Ya
wiggle thing
tenemos
that she
esto
wants to
súper
use.
bonito. Esto para yo poderlo integrar aquí.
Let's see. Yeah, we do have one that it says wiggle.
Y pues lo tengo que rotar. Presiono control y la ruedita del mouse para rotarlo y ya lo puedo intentar acomodar donde va, más o menos ahí. Vamos a duplicarlo, ahora tenemos dos cordones y el otro voy a poner por aquí. Y ahora estos los voy a poner.
Yeah, so she's basically just changing that to make it work for what she's looking for. Right now, what I'm trying to do is the same thing, but I'm just trying to see if I can change like the wiggle. Uh, it's not pressure, like the wiggle settings to make it work. Let me check
Más o
here.
menos donde los que están utiliza el wiggle. Recuerden de preferencia en una línea recta y el gráfico tiene que estar cortado al tamaño que es, no al tamaño del canvas entero. Ahora, si le hacemos zoom a los cordones, dependiendo la pieza a la que le metemos.
Oh yeah, she was also saying, let me show you here. We take that out. When you make the appendage per se, the one that is gonna wiggle, normally it's like a tail or something like that that is kind of like a straight line, but you can make it wiggle. I'm trying to do something a little bit different because technically for mine it has this shape over here like this shape like this. So I'm trying to, for example, right now I just have this because as she says, we have to make it like a straight line. For example, this one. If I use this one looks a lot better. Let me show you. There we go. For example, if I add another one, and let's say that I want to use that one. Where did I put it? Nope. Let's try that again. There we go. Oh, no, I saved it, but I didn't change it. Okay, no problem. Actually, I do have one there. Let me check. It's a small one. Okay, it's not the same, but okay, I think this is the point because if you don't do it properly, this happens. Let's see what happens right now. Yep, that's the problem, you see. Not sure why it does that, but that's how it works. So you have to save it always like a horizontal line instead of a vertical line. So for example, let's remove that. And I need to change this, goddammit. This is gonna bother me a lot if I don't change it right now. Okay, that looks better. Okay, let's go with that. So for example, here, we're going to use this one over here. Just to make sure, I'm gonna turn off all of the other things just to save this appendage. This is kind of horizontal. It's not really that great, but it does helps like to illustrate the point. And I have no idea if I wrote it properly or not. Let's just say that I did it. Okay. Nope. There we go. Now let's add the appendage. Add appendage, and we use this one. We go yes, and there we go. So for example, this one over here looks far more like a tail. That's not what I'm looking for, but it genuinely doesn't really look that bad also. So for example, here, let's see. There we go. For example, if I go ahead and turn this one off, this one I leave it on, I can just put the center over here. If I press Control and rotate with the scroll, I can do this. So for example, I can make it like this, just to have an idea how it will look like. Mode preview. For example, it will look like this. It's not bad, but it's more of a tail, and that's not what I'm looking for. Technically speaking, if I go ahead and let's put it, for example, lower, like somewhere like here, just to give an idea, and I move it to the back. There we go. I put it somewhere around here. Then it will just look like a tail, like a very functional tail. Not special, not bad, but not what I want. But if you want to use it just like a tail, this is more than great. For example, here we can just do the auto whack, and it's just a tail. That's it. No more, no less. You see? It's not bad, but not what I'm looking for either. Technically speaking, if I just put it like this, it looks kind of good. It doesn't really look that bad, if I'm being honest. It will still keep the movements of the eye, so it still looks good, kind of goofy. But yeah, this technically could work, but that's not what I'm looking for. But I can use it for another model that looks, for example, if I want to use like a rat tail, or I can put like a fox tail or something like that, it could work really well, no problem. Maybe I'm gonna use it later on like another add-on. Not my thing, but it doesn't look that bad either. Honestly, it looks more like a sperm, but you didn't hear that from me. So yeah, that's another option for it. Not that I want that, but still a good option. I want this one over here like this. Technically speaking, if I wanted also, I can put it on the back, and it's not bad. It's not good either, but I can work with that. For example, if I move it something like this, put it on the very back. Yeah, it's not that bad, honestly. For example, just to get another idea, I don't really want to do it like that, but yeah, I'm still gonna do it either way. Nope, that's not it. There we go. Let's see this one. There we go. This is the open one. Let's make it a little bit more bigger. Yeah, that should be it. So for example, if I use There we go. I just made this one a little bit bigger, not by much. I'm gonna change it right now on the remix. Let's go for the body. Let's just change. The good thing is that you can try a lot of stuff however you wanted to see what works for you. So that's a good thing. It's kind of bothersome sometimes, but I think every program is like that to a certain point. Okay, there we go. We have that there. Hmm. The thing is this, for example, with this right now, there we go. It should be like this. Technically speaking, I can just go here and change that over because let's see here. This is how it's supposed to look like, right? Okay, so for example here, I will have to change just slightly. It's not really that big of a deal, but I need to make sure that it works better for later on. And there we go. That's it. I don't like how it looks like then. There we go. Yeah, that's the thing. I have too many of these that sometimes I just kind of copy paste them and then put them back because it takes me way too long just to make it look kind of good. And then I have to scrap it, do it again and over again, and it's really a nightmare. But that's another thing that I kind of have that I notice, like now that I'm older, that I kind of do things trying to be a perfectionist. It's kind of stupid, but I try to make it like as perfect as possible. But what it really means is I just make more work for me. So that's not really smart. I don't really think that's something people should do. But if they want to do it, that's what they want. But I wouldn't recommend that if I'm being honest. It's really really annoying to be like that. But anyway, let's see here. Uh, erase that. Okay. So let's go for the inverted route. And there we go. Yeah, I'm gonna have to move that also. Mm, yeah, I should have done that before I did that. Oh well, that's why I always try to make more copies of the same stuff for that same reason. Honestly, if I was more of a drawing person, or at least have a little bit more self-awareness of the shit that I do, I wouldn't have to do this every fucking time, but it is what it is. I'm not the smarter ones here, so I work with what I have. So for example, here, just to give you like an idea, I'm gonna have to change that a little bit more, but hmm, let's just do it like this for the time being. Let's see here. Technically, I have to leave a little bit more just in case everything just goes wrong. Like most likely it's gonna go, but we try not to be that pessimist here. Let's go here. We remove that from the main body. We leave some wiggle room for later. We take this out. There we go. For example, I will just duplicate this. This is mostly like a test that I want to try it out right now. I want to make this a little bit bigger. Let's see here. No, that's not gonna work like that, but sure, why not? Mm, yeah, this is gonna look kind of bad, but sure, let's see how I can use it like this. So I'm gonna try to change a little bit here. Mm, nope, that was stupid. Okay, there we go. Let's add more of the other color here. Nope. And the worst part is I do have a tablet, but I'm still trying to get used to it, so I kind of suck about it right now. So let's just ignore that for the moment. Now let's just this here. There we go. That's just for right now that I'm gonna try to test. Okay, let's see here. We test out the body. Then where is it? We choose the color. If I save it, that's too much to ask. There we go. Okay, so far so good. Let's go back here. For example, this one, I can change it to the paint one. Okay, that looks kind of bad, but okay, I can. I don't know. Let's make the whole change first before I do anything else. Oh yeah, I have to do also the white body a little bit different. Right, I forgot about that. Mhm. Yeah, I genuinely forgot about that. Okay, there we go. Now the white body is this one. Let's take out this paint. I still need to put this in order, but sure, why not? I'm just gonna do this a little bit quick here. Mm, Okay, so far so good. Let's do this here. Uh, okay, let's paint it white. Okay, that should do the trick. We export this one for the white one. Then here we change the white body with the new one. It's not much of a difference, but more than an... No, let's not do that, shall we? Let's not do that. Uh, this is always a problem. This shade doesn't have a back button. It's really, really annoying. The heck, man. Okay. All right, I'm supposed to put it here. There we go. Okay, so we remove this. We move this one over here. Okay, now we change it back to this one here, to this one here, and this one goes to the body. Uh, no, that wasn't it. Okay, now let's go flip children. Okay, supposed to be in this one. Then what's going on? Hmm. What's... Ah, no, not that. What's going on with this one? Hmm. Ah, there we go. That was the main problem. Okay, but... Hmm. Okay, I'm gonna have to change that now. There we go. Just to make sure, I'm gonna have to make a little bit bigger. No, technically, no. Yeah, that's the problem. I put a little bit over there for that. Okay, actually, that looks a lot better like that. A little bit more on top of here. Let's put it somewhere around here. It should be right. Yeah, that kind of works. Now for the appendage. This one currently is in the back. I can change a little bit more. So for example there, I can make it like that. It's not the prettiest thing, but maybe I can make it work a little bit better right now. Because for example, right now I talk, it will like move, but it's not really that great, but I can try to work something out around that. It's gonna take me a couple of tries, but what I need to do right now is to test this out. How am I gonna do that here? Okay, there we go. That's the appendage, the wiggle, segments. Like if I put 6, how will that? Doesn't really change that much. Let's keep it in, for example, 3 sec. No, that looks awful. Okay, that looks just like a monkey. Okay, that's, I didn't expect that, if I'm being honest. Let's keep it at 5. Stiffness, let's put it at 10. Okay, let's see. Okay, that's a little bit more reasonable. That's good to know. Max angle, let's go for a 3. Okay, for example, okay, that's nice. Let's go for a 2 here, like 1.5. Okay, for example, here, okay, 1.5. Come back. Let's put it at 3.34. Momentum. Let's put this at 10. Let's see how, okay. Damped. Let's put it this. Length. Let's put it at 70. Okay, that's no. 78. And this one at 5. Width. 200. Okay, that it's not bad, but it's not good either, if I'm being honest. It's like, it could be better. No questions about that. Let's see. If I don't talk, it looks good. Now it looks just kind of wobbly. Nope. No. Subdivision. Not sure. Did that change anything? I don't think so. Come back. Momentum. Weight. 150. May change a little bit. 180. I think it was 190 or something like that. 200. Yeah, that looks nice. Not what I have in mind, but sure. Anchor is the body. Nope. That's the thing that I didn't want to. No, not that. Stretch. None. Let's see. I don't know. Yeah, sure. So let's see. Gravity. 0.5. Okay, what about this one? Ah, okay, that's actually nice. I like that. I like this wiggle because it's not too much. Okay, what about now? What about now? Okay, let's put it like 1. Yeah, I think still a more wiggle. Okay, gravity X. Let's put it 2.5. Yeah, actually, that could work. It's not great, if I'm being honest, but it's not the worst. Let me try one more thing here with that appendage. Let's take this one out. This is the original like form. For example, if I use this here, let's duplicate this thing over here. Let's merge them together. Let's okay. Okay, all of this. Okay, this is the merge ones. Okay, good enough. Now let's make sure to erase this over here. Yeah, let's do it like this. Let's just make sure that it's only the, oh, god damn it, this like tail tentacle hair thing. Okay. And there we go. So for example, now that I have this here, we're gonna merge it. And like this one, I wanna try to put it more like sideways like this. Let's see what happens. I know it's not the correct form, but let's just see what happens. Okay, there we go. Let's turn that off and let's add a new one. Appendage 1, sure. Appendage 1, let's add it to the body. Now let's, okay, that actually looks good. Okay, let's rotate it to go here. Too much. Okay. Okay. Now let's see the movement. Okay, let's see. Actually, it doesn't look that bad if I'm being honest. Now, for example, for this appendage, if I move the numbers, let's put 2.5, 2.5. Let's see. Momentum, let's put it at 10. Okay, actually, that doesn't look that bad if I'm being honest. For example, if I put the hat, okay, let me just make sure the appendage is on the back. There we go. Okay, basically without that, it looks honestly very good, if I'm being honest. And I shouldn't close down. Okay, there we go. Yeah, if I'm being not totally honest, it actually looks good just with that like that. Not too much, not too little. But if I take it out, it looks wobbly. But it looks far better than I expected, if I'm being honest. Hmm. Okay, that's actually far more than what I expected, if I'm being honest. Okay, if I put clip, this one is, let's put it to the body. Now let's see if I use the clip. Okay, we have the clip children. Okay, that's a no, I suppose. Okay, now it's blend and okay, I can do stuff like this. Not sure why, but I can do it. Sure. Okay, wiggle. Stiffness, let's go for a 10. Okay, let's see how does that look. Okay, that's not bad. 6 segments. It's a lot longer than before, but it's not really that bad, honestly. Let's see, for example, if I adjust the appendage itself. It's very wobbly. Let's add another segment. Yeah, the thing is that with every new segment, it just looks. But actually, I wouldn't mind that actually. Maybe if I can just do it a little bit smaller. Sure. Okay. Okay. Honestly, it's not that bad. 0.8. 0.75. Hmm. Let's see here. Honestly, it's I can actually work with that. Huh. That's actually look good. Yeah, it looks still kind of bad, but it's not too bad. What happened? Why are the eyes? Okay, that's okay. That was just kind of weird. Sure. The other appendage for some reason is active. Not sure why. Okay, this was the problem. Okay, there we go. Huh. So for example, if I put it on top, oh yeah, on top just looks silly. But on the bottom like this, it's honestly not that bad. 165. No, at least I think that's too much. Yeah, I think this one is like the right size. Now let's see the wiggle room here. Let's see. Gravity 2.5. Okay. No, I think that's just too much. Okay, I think that's too much. Can I make it lower? No. For example, if I put 5, what exactly will that do? I just, I think it just looks sad, if I'm being honest. Okay, I think this would actually work like this. Okay, 1.5. Let's see here, stiffness, let's put 5. Let's put 35. Okay, actually doesn't look that bad. Huh. This was once, okay, yeah, I can put it lower. Let's see here. Okay, that honestly doesn't really look that bad. Stiffness, let's put it at 50. So for example here, it looks like a whip slash. Let's put in 21. Let's put it at 0. No, let's put it 5. No, 14. No, 19. 29. 34. Now let's leave it at 25. It looks, yeah, it looks good. Physical stiffness. No. Let's see it like this. Let's see to the top. Nope. Max angle. Okay. Let's see here. Ah, okay, okay. That actually works. Let's see. Let's keep talking. Let's keep talking. Okay, let's see. Okay, now let's put it at 1. The stiffness. Let's see this. Honestly, it looks kind of goofy, but it doesn't really look that bad. Let's see, for example, here. Okay. Yeah, it honestly doesn't really look that bad, if I'm being honest. Yeah, no, honestly, not that bad. It could be worse. It could be goofier. Honestly, I think I'm cooking right now. I am cooking. Okay, that's actually far better than I expected. Yeah, I can do some changes to that, but beside that, it actually looks kind of good. Okay, actually, it's a little bit late here on my side. So I think I'm gonna leave it there for today. I did have fun trying this out. Let me just save this before anything else. I'm not sure when I'm gonna continue with this because right now I was kind of like a downtime because I was out of work in my vacations. Draw off. There we go. So I'm gonna see what I'm going to do. But yeah, I will try to make more streams this year. At least right now, I think I this is like my 7th. I was able like to keep going on for one each day. That's way better for me than normal. So yeah, I'm gonna try to see what else am I going to do. But for the time being, I do like streaming. I'm not going to be streaming too much. I'm going to try to do between like an hour or 3 at most. I'm gonna try to go like an hour and a half or 2, like in general. I'm gonna try to make this like I don't know if every day because it's gonna be hard for me right now in summer because the I am working on a store. It's going to be a little bit hard for me right now in the summer, mostly with the limited people that we have working right this summer. It's gonna be a problem, but I'm gonna try to see I make time to make like streams. I'm gonna try to make videos and try to do this again because the last time I did this like constantly it was like 8 or 9 years ago. I was way younger, more optimistic and everything. but really kind of stupid to do anything else. But I think I changed. I hope so. But yeah, I'm gonna try to do this a little bit more formally this year. This is like the main thing that I was trying to do for this year, to try to stream like about 2 hours a day, not too much, not too little. It should be like four for others, but no, I'm just gonna do 2 hours, like constantly. And yeah, I'm gonna try to do some videos, try to do a little bit everything here. If anyone watches, that's great, and if not, pues, well, there's not much that I can do about it either. But yeah, I'm gonna try to make everything as seamless as possible that I can. But yeah, thank you for the time, and thank you for anyone that stayed this long. And I shall be seeing you in the next one.